thing I have been saying for a while, but I want to highlight something new. There are no gates. Information used to be packaged and it used to be held secure behind gates and barriers. There are no gates. When there were gates, there were gatekeepers, and you needed to secure access from the gatekeepers. There are no gates, so no gatekeeper. But there's a fact to be mentioned here. It's a bit like, let's use poultry. If you've ever seen free-range chicken, when you want to catch free-range chicken, you have a lot of work to do. Catch it and it is yours. Also remember that a free-range chicken is chicken who is now at liberty to go wherever the hell it wants to. So if you want to catch free-range chicken, you've got to be very ready to do some running to catch the free-range chicken. Why am I calling it kitchen? Free-range chicken must be caught after a lot of free-range chasing. Battery chicken is easy to catch. You go into the pen, you open the pen, chicken is restricted, you catch the chicken and you are off. You catch the chicken and you go to the kitchen to have your chicken. Yeah. It's the same scenario here right now. So there are no gates, there are no gatekeepers. Information is free range everywhere. The problem with information free range everywhere is that you don't know where to look. Just like free range chicken, information is free to be everywhere. And sometimes knowing where the right information is as elusive as trying to catch free range chicken. It has happened to me, it has happened to many people. I'm going to clean my lens, alright? Yeah, you people say that. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yes. You like it, don't you? Yeah, I've got to clean my lens then. Free range chicken is difficult to catch. Free range information is difficult to catch. This is why there are some people who still curate, who have arbitrary gates and they put information behind them. I have been trying to learn something. It's taken me over a year to learn it. I have wanted to learn. Know that I have wanted to learn. I have tried to learn. But I have found myself going around from this application to this application to this tool to this tool before I eventually understood. You could also have gone to a guru. Yes, the information is available. But sometimes you want to bypass the chase. So me, for example, now that I have figured out how to do this after about 18 months of trying, I know many people who also want to learn. So what I would then do is find information that is needed, which is scattered all over the place. I'm not saying I own the information. No, the information is readily available but difficult to catch. I catch the information, I organize the information, curate and put them in a place. And yes, for my effort, I am still going to gatekeep my effort. It's going to be behind a firewall. Of course it's going to be behind a paywall. Of course it's going to be behind a paywall. Because I have done the work of organizing the information. I don't own the information. I have organized the information. I have made it easily accessible to you. And I am going to charge you for it. But that information is on YouTube. True. Go and find it on YouTube. And spend the next 18 months searching on YouTube pages, because I can promise you the YouTube pages will point you in the direction of and never show you. And because I also create YouTube videos, who is going to spend all their time finding everything for you for free? For what? Nobody's going to do that. But if you want to go to the University of YouTube, be my guest, go to. Go and search on YouTube, and maybe after you have spent 18 months searching, you will also be qualified to come and join those of us who are curating and organizing and putting things behind firewalls. You will understand after you have found the information how difficult it is to chase free range. Why is Amma telling you this? Amma tells you this because you have two options. Yes, information is readily available. The internet has been around, it's teeming with information. But where on the internet do you go to? I can go to Google to Gemini, of course. Go to Google to Gemini and prompt and see how long it takes you to even prompt to let Gemini understand what it is you want. In fact, majority of the time, you yourself are looking for things that you don't know. You only have an inkling. You don't even know what exactly you want. So how can you tell Gemini to find what you don't know? It takes those of us who have gone around the mill in order to figure out what exactly we need so that you will prompt. What these people, pseudo gatekeepers, you can call us that, what the pseudo gatekeepers are doing is simply keeping watch over our time, our efforts, and the products from them. Hi Teresa, how you doing? Good morning. Yeah, we are pseudo gatekeeping the product of our time, of our efforts. Not illegal. That is most certainly not illegal. When you come to the progress agenda, you have two things. Now, a clear understanding of some of these things. There are times like this one that you can't because there wasn't information on who was providing the service. I think I'm probably one of the early adopters. So, or if people have created courses, I didn't see it. But if I saw it, I would have bought those courses because I already know that it will help me bypass time wasted. I would much rather have had this information 18 months ago and been using this information 18 months ago than sitting here not having access to that information, which is costing me a lot. It is costing me an awful lot not having this requisite information. It would have been much better and cheaper to pay whatever amount anybody wanted to get this concentration of information. Even at the beginning of 2025, I could have made lots of progress in 2025 with that information under my belt. Because I did not get that information in 2025, I am now going to start making my move for 2026. That's a year behind where I could have lived a better life. So for those of you who are looking to become progressive, I present two cases to you. Either you go and scour the internet yourself in pursuit of a free-range chicken, or you go to somebody's farm where the chickens are already caught, already housed. There are some free-range farms. They let the animals free for weeks, and then they have a rotation, after which they bring the animals in when the animals are due to be sold and eaten. And so by the time it is time for you to eat this free range, they already close the systems and funnel the animals into a place where you can get them easily. There are some of these free range farms where you go and they have a ranger, and the ranger goes looking for the chicken. You order it, you will come and pick it tomorrow. They will go looking for the chicken, they will catch the chicken and come bring the chicken down for you. You have to pay for the services of the ranger. And paying for the services of the ranger means that you don't waste your time and you don't waste your effort chasing free range. That's what some of you will have to do. That is those of you who are able and are willing to pay the rangers to go rein in the animals and bring them for you. Those of you who don't want to pay the rangers, those of you who don't have the money, because both situations are possible, Sometimes you really wish, but you don't have the money. I am in that situation with many things. I really want to do a lot of things, but I just don't have the money. I really would want to do, but I don't have the money. And so when you just don't have the money, you can't afford the convenience of a ranger. At that point, you have to learn to roll your sleeves yourself, show your cows, and get ready to run after chicken. Yeah, be willing to break into sweat to catch the chicken. The chasing to catch the chicken must be done. If you have the money, it will be done for you. If you don't have the money, you will have to do it yourself. I may want somebody to build for me. Great. You have to pay that somebody to build for you. It's that simple. I may want somebody to set up for you. Great. The person who needs to set up for you. The person who needs to set up for you must be paid. And so you must be willing to pay that person to offer that service. Or if you are not willing to pay the person to secure their service, then the only other alternative is for you to deliver the service yourself, to roll your sleeves and learn how to do it. I don't have time. Well, you can't eat your cake and have it. If you don't have time and you are not able to do it for yourself for whatever reason, you must be willing to secure the services of other people to do it for you. I get people who contact me all the time who want me to do this, that, and the other for their business. And they are looking for me to do that for their business as charity. Yeah? Say that again. Say what? You want me to invest hours of my time to do what for you? For free. You must be out of your damn mind. You are out of your damn mind. Listen, Linda, listen. You need to be clear of the position that you have to adopt and the reasons why you have to adopt that position. But it's information available on the internet. I know you have internet on your phone, but you don't have the information. Why do you think that is? If it was so readily available on the internet, you have paid for internet. Why don't you automatically have the information? Well, the information doesn't automatically jump from the internet to you just because you've paid for internet. It means that there are interim actions, interim positions to be adopted before the said information becomes available and accessible to you. Usually, that is what you will be paying for the person who deals you in, who cues you in. I have a friend here, and her job title is the introducer. That's it. You have to pay maybe 5,000 US to secure her services. What does she do? She introduces you to 5 people who could be decision makers for you. So some people pay her to introduce potential clients. Other people pay her to introduce potential partners. Other people pay her to find sponsors. So as an entrepreneur, it's going to be very difficult for you to know who to go to for funding. Well, she and her systems work and figure out who has the funds. She knows where the funders are congregating, and then she will point you in the direction of where funders are. She does not guarantee you nothing. She introduces you to the people you need to speak to, and then it's up to you to do your job. 5,000 US, depending on the number you are looking for. 10,000 US. Her job is just to introduce you, baby. They don't do nothing. They don't lift a finger. They just introduce you and connect. I have another one who does events. She finds the investors and the people that you would like to speak to. Whatever she does to convince these people to come, whether she pays them or she offers services in exchange, I don't know. If I knew how to do that, I'd have quit my job to go into that kind of business. I don't know. But she does something. And after she's done her something, the people you are trying to meet, that you are struggling to meet, are willing to come to her events. Often, not necessarily there to meet you, but they are there. And you buy your tickets again. It's a few thousand US to go to one of her events. You can buy a general Abuntawa ticket and go to her event. Or you can also buy VIP access. What she means by VIP access is this. She will have specific meeting rooms with specific people at particular times, and you will be there in that room, or depending on how much you are willing to pay, she might be able to schedule a one-to-one. She was telling me recently that she will be able to put me in a room and she'll be able to put me in some one-to-ones. Obviously, the money she's looking for, I haven't got yet. So it's become something I need to go and build capacity towards. But yeah, that's what she's offering. These people have internet, they have websites, and they have email addresses. Do I know them? No. They are all on LinkedIn. They are all on LinkedIn. Would I find them on LinkedIn? No. No, I will not find them on LinkedIn. And even if I could find them on LinkedIn, it would take me hours to find these people on LinkedIn. Those hours should be prioritized for other tasks, not with a LinkedIn scripts. So she owns information. Yeah, she probably went to LinkedIn to find the information she did, but she has taken her time to find that information. She's the curator of that information, and yep, she is gatekeeping the information she's just found on an open source. Who's going to blame her? If it is that easy for you to curate the information, go and make your own. Why are you complaining? Go and source your own. It was available on LinkedIn. Yes, it's there. So go to LinkedIn and don't make noise. Don't come and disturb our peace. How come this information is on YouTube? Go to YouTube. You know where it is. Go find it. Why do you want to leave the source you know to come and acquire it from me if you don't think any value has been added? The reason why you are desperate to get onto mine is because you know value has been added. Two options you have. Go to LinkedIn yourself and go scrape the data. Good luck for the next 18 months. Find somebody who already has done that work. But if you find option number 2, be willing to pay for it. That's what you are paying for. The effort it has taken to assemble. I'm telling you this because on our progressive agendas, we need to tell the truth to some of ourselves. I think a lot of us are delusional. Then the gatekeepers are good. The information is all on the internet. I know. The information is scattered all over the internet. The information is free range on the internet. It is running around, living its best life. Often the information is held in corners that you don't know of. And you can go around in circles for a long time in pursuit of information which will be right under your nose, but you may not know. What is also important is time. There is a time factor here that you shouldn't forget. I keep saying that the early adopters are going to make progress. Those who adopt early and move early, they are going to make a lot of progress. Those of you who sit on your backsides and you watch it happen, it's going to happen without you. By the time you realize that the early adopters are making progress, that window of opportunity may be closing or will be closed. And so there is a time factor to consider. Do you have 1.5 years before you can get information to a group of people who should become your clients? Nah, I would say nah. And if you want those people to be your clients, what is your alternative? Well, pay for somebody who already has access. I told you there's a friend of mine who runs an email marketing agency, and his marketing agency purely runs on this simple notion. It runs on this very, very simple premise. It's not long, it's not complicated. He charges you a few, again, 100,000 whatever dollars US, and he does 2 blasts a day. If you want 1 blast, just a one-off blast, there is a flat rate. Again, he will blast it to everybody. The 100,000 people on his email list will receive it. If you decide to have the 2 blasts a day, well, your fee is different from the one who had a single blast. And sometimes people say that information has to be in front of people 5 to 6 times before they feel prompted to act on it. So you might need to be on that email list for a month. Imagine how much you would need to pay him for access to his people for a month. But yeah, I click on majority of the things that he sends. Why? I trust his judgment. He doesn't just bring anything. If his email list says that an app is probably the market leader in something, that app is most likely the market leader. And most of the time, they will do the research, and then the email will tell you, if you are looking to do this, I recommend this. If you are looking to do this, I recommend this. And yeah, the things that he is recommending on his list are people who have paid him, of course. But what he does is rank. So if he doesn't think your product is good, he will not take your money. And I've seen many people attempt to get on his list and fail. Especially now that he's doing really well. He's not hungry for the money. So he's actually able to be ethical and do it properly. You have to have a secure product. You have to really be good at what it is that your product will do. Otherwise, they will not accept it. And that's what gives me, the user, confidence that if a product is listed on their list, then that product will be good. When the email comes, this week I've taken 2 or 3 products from their list that I'm going to purchase. And so those people who are on his list will never have known me. They won't find me. And even if they found me and they sent me an email of their product, I would have disregarded it. I would disregard it. But because it came from that source, with the weight of that person and what they can do behind it, I click every time I see stuff from his list. And yes, I am paying for stuff. I'm buying stuff from the list. What am I trying to say to you? I'm trying to say to you what is very straightforward and very simple. If you want, you can go and do the scouring yourself. Good luck. Hope it doesn't take too long. If time is of essence, if your priority is of you in strategy. So in business, there is the firefighting and there is strategy. And most of us will catch ourselves in this firefighting trying to scrape data. That's something other people can do for you. And if you are able to afford it, then maybe you should explore the possibility of somebody doing the heavy lifting for you so that you can have the time to sit and do strategy when you consider what needs to be done. Yeah. I'm going to love you. I'm going to leave you with those thoughts. The internet is open. Yes, it's true. Information is no longer held by gatekeepers alone. True. But there are still people who know where information is. And those people have become pseudo gatekeepers. They are pseudo gatekeepers because they are not the only ones who have the information. But they know where it is. They at least know where it is. You don't know where it is. So sometimes your best bet is to go to those people who know where it is. So you can find out where it is too very quickly and get on with your best life. Anyway, the option is presented to you. Nobody's saying that it's not available on YouTube, but it might be better to use a paid system, either a paid AI or a paid course or a paid system of some kind to get the information you need. So you can spend more of your quality time executing on your strategy rather than chasing the firefighting, the heavy lifting. Let me drop that here. Let you think about it and we will consider soon.